The trials and tribulations of Adams Oshiomhole seems to be getting worse. It is alleged that the court has ordered the arrest and prosecution of Adams Oshiomhole over alleged fraud. A federal high court in Abuja has ordered service of court papers on application seeking order of mandamus compelling the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to arrest and prosecute chairman of the All Progressive Congress (APC) Adams Oshiomhole over alleged fraud. Initially, one would wonder how a court in Nigeria, the same court with the same jurisdiction, one in FCT Abuja and one in Kano, will rule against each other. It is not as if the person took the case to the appeal court, or what are we talking about here? This is as a result of the structure of the judiciary in Nigeria, where a competent court will overrule the other one, which is not supposed to be so. At the end of the day, the trials and tribulations of Adams Oshiomhole may not necessarily end at the Supreme Court, but will actually be determined by the caucus, the inner caucus of APC, which I believe Adams Oshiomhole is at loggerheads with. I do not know why all of a sudden Adams Oshiomhole is having so much problem in Edo State with his own people, Edo people, with the governor that he brought in. He never calculated this politically, that charity should begin at home. He was supposed to run the show at home, at least to a point whereby there won't be too much tussle and bustle and a lot of issues there. Unfortunately, this has become much more political as the people that are targeting 2023 are hell-bent of kicking Adams Oshiomhole. In fact, PDP does not want Adams Oshiomhole. APC does not want Adams Oshiomhole. It seems the days of his glory is far gone. Now, what we are hearing is a court compelling EFCC to arrest and prosecute him. Justice Anwuli Chikere gave the order on Tuesday in an ex parte application by an anti-corruption crusader, Bishop Osadolo Oche, who alleged that Oshiomhole diverted state funds for personal use. Do not forget that Obaseki created a committee to investigate the specialist hospital that Adams Oshiomhole claimed that he built. And you know how much went into that hospital? Millions of naira went into that hospital. And he said, we need to probe. How much did you get out of this hospital? We need to see receipts. We need to see vouchers. We need to see invoices. We need to see just every document that concerns that hospital. Justice Chikere, while ordering the EFCC, also served with the same court process, stressed that the service be done within 5 days from October, when the order was made, October 9, 2018. The ex parte with suit number FHC ABJ CS 628 2019. So this issue has been there for a while. And this was filed by his counsel, Dr. Wes Idauza, as Oshiomhole and the EFCC are first and second respondent respectively. Dr. Idauza, in arguing the motion, however, urged the court to allow the respondents to file their reply to the weighty allegations made against them by the applicants in support of the federal government anti-corruption fight. Bishop Oche had on October 28, 2016 petitioned the EFCC against Adams Oshiomhole, who was the ex-governor of Edo State from November 2008 to November 11, 2016. Dr. Idauza, in praying the court to grant the request of his client, referred the court to 86 exhibits filed in support of the application and added that there are documents and electronic pictures of palatial houses of the former governor, whose earning all of his life cannot, when all of them are accrued together, brought together, there is no way that Oshiomhole could have been able to acquire such palatial houses. And they say there are evidence on how Oshiomhole allegedly diverted money for Edo State project to personal project. Oche lawyer said that there are vouchers, invoices of exorbitant airfares that the former governor incurred, stressing that the amount of the airfares are enough to buy air carrier for Edo State people. That is the issue here. So he left all of this for the next administration to pay the debt. This is how these people roll. Now, a lot of people do not know that every month, apart from the Paris Club Fund that is shared to states, and it's so funny, you know, every month each state is allocated a security, money for security. They call it security vote. And this money runs into millions. I'm talking about a state getting as much more, as small as 800 million naira, 500 million naira, 350 million naira every month for security. And you will never find that state secured. This money is not accounted for. So there are different avenues that these criminals, politicians, are able to siphon money out of the state. Now, some say Oshiomhole is prideful, arrogant, autocratic, loose talker, rash behavior. They said he behaves like a tout at a motor park. Now, they said he has thugs, political thugs like every one of them, that he uses whenever they need to organize some fight against an opposition and all of that. And right now, it seems Obaseki is shutting down political thugs. Some claim that Obaseki has done more for Edo State than Obaseki. Now, if you're an Edolite, what have you seen? What projects? They said Obaseki comes up with audio jobs. Let us be objective. Has Obaseki done more? Or do you think Obaseki is trying to repair what has been destroyed by Oshiomhole? What is really happening? What is the progress? Are they more interested in the fights against each other based on their own personal interests, or are they actually fighting for the interest of the people? It's a shame. It's terrible. Well, now that APC is having internal issues right now, some might say this is not good for the party. The truth of the party is that the party is useless. The party is of no use. It's just a name registered for every one of them to achieve their personal purpose, to achieve their aim, to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Nothing more. That is just what it is. They care less about any other thing. They care less about any other person. That is why it's a shame if you out there, you are hell-bent on fighting for a politician that has already secured his own future, secured the future of his generation, and even the ones yet to be born. Their kids are all over there in America. In fact, some of them do not even care to join politics any longer, as they've realized that they do not have that strength, that energy. They do not have that audacity. They don't have the courage to go into politics and do all the dirty jobs that their father involved himself in, and also get other people involved in. Since their parents have already stolen enough for them, most of them are domiciled abroad. They live in one of the houses that their parents stole money. They enjoy the private jets. So they come back, you see them open some supposed bogus company where money will be siphoned in. Some of them join some musical, they say they are singers. All of them, you see most of them online. This is what they do. Now, people believe that Oshiomhole must go to jail. They said nobody disturbed him during his first and second tenure, that he even kicked against godfatherism and was able to hold on to Edo State, even though we know that Oshiomhole is so proud and arrogant. He's an arrogant man. And when you say the pride that he even has is not a productive or progressive one, there was a time some say, oh, forgive him. Everybody makes mistakes. Yes, but there are certain kinds of mistakes that you don't make. For example, Oshiomhole stood on the street, saw a very old woman. Oshiomhole himself came from an humble background. We are not going to say Oshiomhole's parents are so extremely rich. Oshiomhole himself came from humble background. If not, he will not be building that big palatial, whatever it is that he's building now. He would have had more of that, probably from his parents. But he looked at this woman on the street, and the woman begged. This is a woman that is supposed to receive social support. This woman got nothing else. She's even striving to also stay on the corner of the street to sell stuff. Oshiomhole say, the woman begged and said, please, my governor. He said, get out, go and die. This is how awful these people are. This is someone that came from a very humble background, not like they were so rich, yet he couldn't feel empathy, even as a governor, as someone that claimed that he's the president of labor union, fighting for the people. All of a sudden he became governor. the arrogancy in him, and the arrogancy is seen being played. Now, I'm not saying Oshiomhole does not have people that are probably against him, probably because they felt that they need to kick him out because of 2023. Yes, he must have his own part. But then, when Oshiomhole opens his mouth, I know that politicians are like that. Once you're a political figure or you are the APC chairman, they expect you to speak for the party, and that's how politicians speak. But when Oshiomhole opens his mouth, what spews out of the mouth is terrible. Once Oshiomhole was, heard to say about the elections, we will take all of the elections, we will win it, because we are the incumbent, we are the ones controlling the military, controlling the police, we selected the INEC. So all of a sudden, he has shown that there is no separation of these agencies. INEC is supposed to operate without the authority of the president. Because if the presidency is in control of INEC, how then do you think that any election, the president will not win? So these are the issues that we need to actually look into. So now, I'm not saying that Obaseki himself is someone that is upright and doing everything that he's supposed to do. But then the man has said that I need to put things right. And from the clamor and the noises that we are hearing here and there, well, we don't know what this is all about. But then they are pushing much more for Adams Oshiomhole to be prosecuted, locked up in prison for fraud. That is what it is for now. If you're not a member of this channel, let us grow together by tapping on the subscription button and the red notification icon bell below. It will alert you whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.